the buyout market. A couple names that keep being talked about, LaMarcus Aldridge down in San Antonio, who's 35, and the younger version, Andre Drummond in Cleveland. Do you see a good fit for either one of those players? And if so, where would that look like?
Yeah, I like what I'm hearing about Aldridge to Miami. I think for me that probably even moves the needle a little bit more than Victor Oladipo, because Victor Oladipo, I think, has got more in the tank in terms of being close to what he was at his peak. But I also think, man, they got a lot of guys that do the same thing. So how's that going to work? I mean, Victor Oladipo was doing whatever he wanted to down in Houston. Same thing in Indiana. Now he's going to a team that they move it differently, they share it differently. They've got 4 other guys that are playmakers. So I got to see what that looks like. But Aldridge is a different element. He's a guy that if you want to slow the game down and throw it into the post and run your offense through him for several minutes, he's still a really difficult matchup in the low post. And he's a very good pick and pop player, and they've got a ton of guys that run off ball screens with the ball. So be able to knock down an 18-foot jump shot playing off of those guys, I think he's a really nice fit for them. And then, Andre Drummond, the big guy is just not valued to that extent the way that he plays. I mean, he's a legit big, beating you up in the paint on the glass. You need that, but I don't know that I look at him and say, wow, that's game changer if he goes here or goes here. Maybe a team like Boston, if they can pick him up for cheap. I know the Knicks are rumored. That might be an interesting one, because who would have thought the Knicks would be sitting where they are in the 4 or 5 spot in the Eastern Conference at this point. So they might be closer than they thought. You go out and you add a big. There's a lot of rumors about that. He's definitely going to help somebody. But I also think the way the game is played now, there's just not a premium on those guys. One last point I want to make. One thing that did happen yesterday, the trading deadline, it may have saved the NBA this year, because this regular season has been brutal. Nobody plays. I mean, any game you watch on any given night, put on a marquee matchup, nobody's out there. I've never seen so many star players not playing in the marquee games that everybody looks forward to. It's been brutal. And so now what happens, you got a different adrenaline about what this postseason is going to look like. So I think if nothing else, yesterday it saves the league, because now everybody's looking forward to May 18th and the postseason starting, I think, at a higher level than they were, because this has been a very difficult regular season to watch because of all the guys missing time.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.